Good morning, good afternoon and good evening. Welcome to Smashing English. Before we start this video, be sure to subscribe because I make new videos all the time and I don't want you to miss any. So with that said, let's get on with the video. Woo! Fashion, turn to the left, fashion. Turn to the right. Yes, we are talking about clothes today and I am a shopping addict. I will admit it. I am okay to admit it. I love shopping and I love clothes. Everyone wears clothes, I hope. So it's good to be able to talk about them in English. So today I'm going to give you new vocabulary, not only just to say what an item of clothing is, but also the material, some describing words. By the end of this video, you will be able to talk about any item of clothing in your wardrobe. So let's get started. Now let's start with the top of the body. Hats. This here is what we call a baseball cap. You can tell it's a cap because of the little thing here. Some people call it a baseball cap, some people just call it a cap. This is what we call a woolly hat. Now the reason I say woolly is because the fabric is wool, okay? So this comes from a sheep, wool. So the adjective version is wool-y. You just put an E on the end. This is a woolly hat, or I believe some people would call it a beanie. You know, that this sort of shape is a beanie hat, I think. These earmuffs. Did you say something? I can't hear you. Earmuffs. I don't own one of these, but these are top hats, bowler hat, beret, and I think those are the most common hats. I'm not going to tell you every type of hat. I mean, come on. Now moving down to the neck. This here goes round the neck like so, and we call it a snood. Isn't that a great word? A snood. And this here, we all know what this is. Say it with me. Scarf. Now let me draw your attention to the pattern on the scarf, okay? Now there's a few different names for this kind of pattern. In America, I believe it's called plaid. However, in Britain, we would say checked or checkered. So it's a checkered scarf or a checked scarf. Okay, now let's move down to the torso. Now you may have noticed I am wearing a rather lovely long-sleeved top. Okay, now the word top is very versatile. A top can be this, it can have buttons, it can be smart, it can be not smart, it can be casual. A top just means anything that is like this. So this I would call it long-sleeved top. So let's move on to different kinds of tops. This here is what we call a t-shirt. So this is a t-shirt. Short sleeves, made of cotton. This material here is like cotton. Most clothes, this is cotton. Most clothes are cotton. However, this would be a shirt, and the difference is buttons. If there are buttons down the middle, it's a shirt. If it has a collar here, the collar, that's a shirt. It's more formal, you wear it with a suit to go to work. Shirt, t-shirt. This is a very popular type of top with women nowadays. It's called a crop top. So a crop top is shorter in length, okay? So it cuts off in the middle. A crop top. And it's fun to say as well, a crop top. This is what I would call a blouse. Now a blouse is normally worn by women and it's sort of like a shirt, so they normally have buttons here, buttons in the middle. But they're a bit less structured, they're a bit more flowy, you know, it's just a bit more feminine, it's a bit more for women, a blouse. Now this here is what we would call a jumper because it's warm. Now jumpers have long sleeves and they are normally made of wool, okay? So I would call this a jumper because the wool isn't so obvious. It's definitely made of wool. However, this here we would call a woolly jumper. And the reason why it's woolly is because you can definitely see the wool on that. It's very obviously woolly. You know, that sort of thick wool, very wintry, wear it around Christmas time. A woolly jumper, my personal favorite. I love woolly jumpers. Now this type of top here is, it depends where you come from. I would call this a sweatshirt. And sweatshirts have long sleeves, They're warm, so it's kind of like a jumper, but they're not made of wool. They're usually made of cotton, like a t-shirt. And I would call this a sweatshirt. Someone else might call it a jumper. I wouldn't call it a jumper. I'd call this a sweatshirt. Okay, this is a hoodie. And the reason it's a hoodie is because it has a hood. Okay, so you go, a hoodie. That's what we call one of these. So it's like a sweatshirt, but the difference is you have a hood. Okay, let's move on to outerwear. This is a jacket, okay? It's very different from a coat, which I'll show you later. So a jacket is normally a thin, it can be thick, but you wouldn't really wear a jacket if it was snowing. You know, you'd wear a jacket if it was a bit cold. And this one is a denim jacket. So this fabric is denim. It's the same thing that jeans are made out of. Denim jacket. Lovely. This is a coat, okay? See how much thicker it is? Like, it's basically like a duvet. You know, it's thick, it's warm, you wear it in the winter. If it's snowing, this is a coat, a winter coat. This, I believe, is a word we've stolen from the French, and it's a gilet. The reason it's a gilet and not a coat is because it has no sleeves. So it's got no sleeves. So it's a coat with no sleeves, a gilet. This is a cardigan. Now, the reason why a cardigan is different than a jacket is because usually they're made of wool, a woolly cardigan, and they're usually a bit more flowy than a jacket. Nice little woolly cardigan, or cardi, as a lot of people say. They'll say, I'll just put on a cardi. And finally, for outerwear, you will need this if you ever come to Britain, a raincoat. Raincoats are usually thinner than coats, and they are usually just used if it's raining, but it's waterproof, so water's not gonna get through there. Okay, let's move on to the bottom half. Okay, let's start with the common favorite. Everyone wears them, jeans. If they are worn on your legs and they are made of this fabric, they are jeans. That's it. I love a pair of jeans. Next, we have joggers. In the UK, we call these joggers. You know, these really comfy sort of, you know, you'd wear them around the house. You wouldn't really, you know, they're not formal. But in America, I believe they call them track pants, I think. Then we have the more generic term for clothes worn on the legs, just trousers. So again, in America, they call these pants, but in the UK, pants are underwear. So it's the, you know, your pants, what you wear under your trousers. So in the UK, if you have an item of clothing that you wear on your legs that isn't jeans, they aren't joggers, they're just, you just wear them on your legs, we just call them trousers. Okay, so trousers is the umbrella term for clothes worn on the legs, but you have more specific terms like jeans and joggers. Next up, we have shorts. They are called shorts because they are short. So they're like trousers, but short. With trousers and shorts, even though there's only one item of clothing, we do call them a pair of. So you would say a pair of trousers, a pair of jeans, a pair of shorts, even though it's just one item. Next, we have leggings. So these are the stretchy trousers that females usually wear, but men wear them too, you know, wear whatever you want. But in America, I think they call them yoga pants, maybe? I don't know. And finally, we have skirt. So as you can see, it's like a dress, but not quite. And the fabric we have here is leather, okay? So a leather skirt. Now leather can be worn as a jacket. You can have a leather jacket. Leather trousers, I think, are coming in fashion. Leather trousers, leather boots, definitely. But in this case, leather skirt. And then we have dresses. Now, there's not a lot you need to know about dresses. other than this particular one here, the pattern is floral. We call this floral rather than flowered or with flowers. So this would be a floral dress. Now with dresses, we have 3 lengths. You can either have a mini dress, which is really short, a midi dress, which is in the middle, and a maxi dress, which is all the way down to the floor. Those lengths are also the same with skirts, so you can have a mini skirt, a midi skirt, or a maxi skirt. So they're the sort of lengths that we talk about. So there you go. There are some useful items of clothing and some words used to describe them. I hope this was useful. If it was useful, then give this video a like and be sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And if you would like a one-on-one English lesson with me, then the link for that is down below. And also down below is the link to my Instagram, where I post daily English learning content. So thank you again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Ta-ta!